Welcome to the Watchdog Report. My name is Ed Ciffone, and I'm here with Dan Lefkowitz, my videographer, in front of Town Hall, 363 Underhill Avenue. And I'm going to tell you what this Town Hall does for the people of Yorktown. So let me put this sign down. The United Taxpayers were organized in 1976. That's 42 years ago. So we're a nonpartisan organization of taxpayers and watchdogs. And we're telling you what's going on in the town. And our mission is to lower taxes. Now, I'm in front of Town Hall. This is where everything works in here. Let's start walking in. This is the main entrance. You walk in and you go to the right and you come to the clerk's office. The clerk's office has all the information you need, and this is where we get our information, by FOIL, Freedom of Information Law. They have to give you information that you ask for. So that's the clerk's office, which handles licenses and everything else. So it's really important. They're like the nucleus of the town in their department. Then if you go all the way to the right, comes to the town board meeting, where they have town board meetings every other Tuesday. Now, when I say every other, because the first one is the business meeting, and the second one is the work session. So now, we'll go to the left when you go into the building, and then you come to the receiver of taxes. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about receiver of taxes. They receive your taxes, all right, but there's over 4.5 million taxpayers that own residents that haven't paid their taxes. And you might feel bad about them, but you have to pay your taxes, and we're all pretty close to have the money to pay the taxes. Okay, so that's the town tax office. And they can give you any information on who owes taxes. Just ask them, and they give you how to get on the computer and find out anything you need about residents of Yorktown. Then if you make a complete left in there, and the last door on your left, and that's the assessor's office. Now, the assessor's office is really important to taxpayers. They know the benefits that you deserve. So what I'm telling you is that after you see this show, if you're not sure about how you could save money, you go to the assessor's office. And I'll tell you just a few things. You have the STAR program. If you make less than $500,000 and you're under 65, you get 25% off your school taxes. Now, if you're over 65 and lived here for 2 years, you get the senior exemptions. Now, the senior exemption is the best one you got if you make under $29,000 a year. A lot of people are just on fixed income and maybe Social Security. If you fall under that category, the senior exemption, remember you got to go to your assessor's office to find out, is 50% off your school, your county, and your town taxes. So that's a major one. Now, on the STAR program, if you're over 65, and it's called the Enhanced STAR program, which is 47% of your school taxes are lowered. So that's really important. And the assessor's office also have, if you're a veteran, they have veterans benefits and discounts. All you have to do is ask. You take your federal income tax form to the assessor's office and tell them how old you are, who you are, and bring your driver's license. And they can tell you what benefit you are entitled for. So that's really important. And we'll go upstairs now you go up the stairs, and to your right is the supervisor's office with his secretary. Now, the supervisor is new, Elon Gilbert. He won the election in November, and there's 5 board members on the town board. Alice Roca, Vishnu Patel, Tom, Diana, and Ed Lackerman. Now they have to make a lot of decisions, and some of their decisions they're making today has been left over from the last supervisor, Michael Grace. I'll give you an example. The sports complex over on Stony Street. He said, the supervisor, Michael Grace, that the gas line people will give them, the town, $4.6 million to build a ball field. Now with the new administration, they see it may be costing millions of dollars more, and to maintain it, you might have to get 2 or 3 new employees on the Parks Department and Recreation Department to maintain the field. And another one now, they're making a decision about sewers in the Yorktown Sewer District. Now, in the Yorktown Sewer District, it has about 5,000 residents. 4,000 residents already have sewers. Now you have 1,400 people and residents that don't have sewers. Now, the town is making a decision here. They cannot hook up 1,400 people to the sewer plant because the sewer plant would not hold all the sewage that goes into that plant. So they have a number now, 450 residents that can be attached to the sewer plant. Now, here's some of the important parts of this. The county is holding $10 million of the East of Hudson funds, and they've had that since 1997. They keep the interest on it, but we have about $10 million in funds that are left over. So they have to make a decision how to use those funds. If you divide it up between the 450 people, it comes out to a couple of $1,000s a piece, which will not do anything. They have estimated some costs of the people around Sparkle Lake, where it's going to be $1,800 a year for 30 years, plus to hook up to the sewer plant, $574 a year. So that alone, in those areas around Sparkle Lake, will pay around $2,300. Okay, for the plant. Okay, we're now still talking about the sewers. Now, I don't know how many people you can afford sewers, but is there a problem? There's no problem, right? Oh, no, okay. All right, yeah, because now the town hall is getting filled with town officials and the people going into use town hall. All right, so we were on that first floor. Now we went to the second floor, and the supervisor, again, has to make all these decisions. He started in January, and it looks like he made a decision also about moving the highway garage. It looks like it may have stopped. And let me just tell you this. Michael Grace, former supervisor, had, at the end of December 31st, 2017, 52% in the fund balance. That's surplus money that's not being used. Now, he lost the election, but it's my opinion, if he won the election, that 52% unused fund balance comes out to $10.7 million. That would have been more than enough, with 4 votes from the 4 Republicans, to move the garage. Okay, so that seems to be stopped, and there's a lot more issues that are going on. Let's keep moving. Now, if we go upstairs and we went to the right with the supervisor, and then we have the secretary to the supervisor, if you want to know any information, you call him at Town Hall, or you go on the Town Hall website, yorktownny.org. All right, so now we're up, still on the top floor, and go to the left, the finance office. Now, this is where all your money goes and how they're going to try to keep it a fair tax rate. And it hasn't been fair because the past supervisor has said that he never raised taxes. Well, that's not true. He raised taxes for the 6 years that he's been in there. And it came out, the tax rate, almost 20%. That's where he got all this $10.7 million. Plus, more in revenues and less in spending. So the finance office is very important to the townspeople of Yorktown. Okay, let's keep going because I don't know how much time we got left, but let's go to the bottom floor. Let's go to the bottom floor now. Okay, as you go down the stairs and to the right, you come to the engineering office. Now, the engineering office is also important because some of the things we just told you about. The sewers. They're trying to estimate how to spend the $10 million that they have in the county to the people around Sparkle Lake. All right, so I think they made a decision that they're going to use this $10 million because they don't want to waste it anymore and they want to see it gone from the county. So we'll see in the future what that brings on. But the engineer, he goes around, checks the sewers, checks the streets, checks everything that needs to be done, and the bridges and everything else. So that's an important thing. And right across from him is the human resources office. And human resources is where, if you need a job or if you want to learn about the town, you can go and see the lady in there. And she's also the head of the building and maintenance. So she's got a double role. So it's important to know about that. And then if you go further down the hallway and to the right, then you come to the building department. This is another important thing, your building department. If you want to get a permit, or if you see things that are not done right, this is the place to go. They have a code enforcement officer. They have a new building inspector. And he'll help you out, and you ask him questions, and they have a staff in there. The Yorktown staff in all these different offices are very good, but this is where you have to ask the questions. If you don't ask the questions, you won't know what's going on. Okay. And, yeah, I'm just watching the people go by that run the town, and I'm happily that they didn't stop us out here. We tried to get inside with permission to film the different offices. So we decided, it's been quite a while since I haven't had the Watchdog Report, and we did it today. And it's not raining, which is really good. We've been having 2 weeks of really rain and horrible weather with humidity. All right, so this is Town Hall. Remember, Town Hall is at 363 Underhill Avenue. Now, this is important because this is where the town runs, and this is where you get all your information. The United Taxpayers of Yorktown, again, is a bipartisan taxpayer group that's out there for you to give you information. So I just gave you all sorts of information about the offices in Town Hall and the people that could be a help to you if you need assistance. Take advantage of what I've just talked about. If you're seniors on fixed income, come to your assessor's office, bring your form 2017 financial form, and if you look on that form, line 37 is adjusted gross income minus line 15B. If you have less income than $86,000, you are eligible for the Enhanced Start program. So listen, there are so many things that you have to take advantage of. We pay a lot of taxes, and the people, the residents, we want to be the people that run the town. We put the people in office so they can go on the issues and figure out the best thing that they could do for the taxpayer. But a lot of times they do things without the vote of the taxpayer. This is the only thing we have left, is our right to vote. Just like moving a garage. I had and Vishnu Patel had over 5,000 signers sign a petition not to move the garage. All we wanted to do was put it on the ballot so the people in the town can make that decision, not the board members. Okay, so I'm coming down to the end. Now, if you see in back of us, you can't really see it, but it's Patriots Park. And back there is a skate park also. Patriots Park, the former supervisor took the flags and the monuments out of the front of Town Hall and made it handicap spots. But in the back there, they put the monuments, they put some flags, and it looks like they're putting flags up here now that they took down. I just noticed that myself. Okay, that's great. So the American flag is still at the top, which is really good. And remember, if you are a resident of Yorktown, remember what I just said. If you're a senior, if you're just a resident of Yorktown, if you're a veteran, you have many benefits here, okay? And then you can see how to use the town hall and the people that are in it. So I want to thank all those people now that work for the town and the town staff. Now, we forget about the other people. The highway department, now with all this money that they have, I think they took another $3 million out to do some capital projects, but they have plenty of money to fill up the potholes. The recreation department and parks department could use some of this money to help them out. Now listen, remember, on the first and third Tuesday is the town hall meeting. It's televised. And you can come and you have 3 minutes to address the board. Now with the new board, they televise now not only the business meeting, but they televise the work sessions. And I don't know why the past board didn't want to do that, but now it's really good. It's televised. You can see what the projects are coming up. Nothing's in a secret. It's open more government now than it ever been before. So let's see what happens in November. Is another election. And also in October is the first budget of the new board. So let's see what happens with all the money that they got. There was not 1 year that gone by in the last 6 years that our taxes should have been raised. And we have men from the United Taxpayers that for 10 years have been at these meetings and showing them how they could save money. Oh, about the meetings. Now, we used to have town hall for over a decade. And now, Michael Grace and the lawyer for the town, Mike McDermott, said we can no longer use the room. So I'm working on that to see if we can get that room back. All we wanted is for a couple of hours, one night a week, one night a month, and we'll see what we can do. Hey, listen, if it's only the United Taxpayers talking, but look it, write letters to the letter of the editors. You have two newspapers, the Examiner and the Yorktown News. If you have a grievance that is not working for you, put it out to the paper. They'll write it, and then everybody will know what's going on. All right, so listen, I'm going to sign off now, but if you want to join the United Taxpayers, give me a call. Ed Ciffone at 245-1018. And we have, if you go online, our website is yorktownopengov.net. You will see all our information there. And listen, if you want to see these videos, go online, Google Ed Ciffone's videos, or on YouTube, Ed Ciffone's videos. And I've been doing this for over 9 years. And we have many accomplishments in the past. We have stopped unfair budgets. We have reduced capital funds, capital projects, and we're still out there fighting for you. So listen, again, give me a call.